bit of TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And there is some big breaking news on the transfer front today coming out of Barcelona in regard to an official signing that has been completed, signed on the dotted line, and I can tell you here, it is somebody from the Netherlands. Now, unfortunately, as of right now, it's not De Ligt. Not yet, at least. It's not Matthias De Ligt. What we are going to be talking about today, and the player that we are going to be discussing in a lot of detail, is 18-year-old promising midfield player Ludovit Reis, who has today joined Barcelona B. He'll first of all go into the Barcelona B setup, and then with a view to the future potentially of working his way to the first team. Barcelona this morning, on Thursday morning, officially announced the signing of Ludovit Reis for a transfer fee of €3.25 million. There has been some discussion about the transfer fee. A few sources in the days building up to this transfer said that it could be as high as €7 million. But as of right now, Barcelona announcing the deal, and they say there the transfer fee €3.25 million, which there already looks pretty low in the modern market at least. That is a very low transfer fee. The Dutchman is signed on a contract for the next 3 seasons, and he also has the option of a further 2 seasons after that if the club and the player there choose to activate that. Rice's release clause stands at €100 million, and he spoke of his delight earlier on today at signing for Barcelona. He said, "I'm very, very happy to be here. Signing at Barcelona really is a dream come true for me. I can't wait to get started." Rice was born in the year 2000, which I can tell you now will make many of us feel very, very old indeed. He is currently 18 years old. He'll go to Barcelona B, and he's actually going to turn 19 on the 1st of June, so very, very shortly he is going to be celebrating his 19th birthday. And of course, he did come through the system, joining Groningen's youth system at the age of 15. Very, very young indeed. They're joining up to the Netherlands First Division side before making his professional debut for the first team there at the tender age of 17. He's then gone on to make 50 appearances in total for Groningen, scoring twice and assisting twice in the process. And his goal against Sparta Rotterdam on October 2017 actually meant there that Reis became the first player born in the 2000s to score in the Eredivisie ever. And also on the flip side of that, the slightly different side of his game, his red card against Vitesse Arnhem in November 2017 then meant that he became the youngest player ever in Eredivisie history to be sent off. So 2 different sides there of Reis, but certainly a lot of talent and some early records already for him there at the top level there of Dutch football. He's also represented the Dutch national team at under 19 levels. Certainly there he is up and coming in the national team setup. But in terms, of course, of his playing style and his position, that's really, really important when you're looking at players coming into Barcelona B, young emerging players. What are their talents? What are their weaknesses? What are their strengths? What can they bring here and really develop their game going forward? And Reis has made his name in a holding midfield role at Groningden, where he's impressed in the Eredivisie. He's seen as a player really who's extremely mature in his play, somebody who's got a very wise head on young shoulders, and despite his young age, he's really established himself there at the base of their midfield, certainly playing week in, week out as a young player. The demands of the first team level, the demands of playing in the top division of Holland certainly haven't taken their toll. He's very calm on the ball. He's somebody certainly who doesn't bow and doesn't really crumble under the pressure. And let's not forget here that a number of top quality players have actually played for Groningden during the early stages of their career. The likes of Luis Suarez has come through. He's played for them. Ian Robben, and also Virgil van Dijk there, just to name a few. And looking at this season, Reis has made more tackles than any other player across Eredivisie, along with making the 3rd most interceptions of any player in the entire league. And I think those 2 stats there, interceptions, tackles, that certainly highlights for me the major strengths. When you look at his game, when you look at his stature as well, he's 5'10". He's not tremendously tall, he's not tremendously strong, but he is somebody here who's a defensive-minded midfield, somebody who's going to be very deep, who's happy to sit there, who's happy to absorb the pressure, and somebody really who's good in his positioning, he's good in his anticipation, and certainly he's very strong and committed when he goes in for a tackle. When he sees that opportunity to make a tackle, to go in for an interception, he certainly goes for it. He's confident in his ability, he's got a very strong mindset, and I think certainly tackling, interceptions, certainly his positioning on the field, his awareness of the game around him, that is all very much his strengths there. But according to those in Holland, those who've watched him and followed him very closely in his sort of development there at Groningen, he certainly has some developing to do. A lot of people think that he still has a long way to go in terms of his game. He's still got a lot of things to learn. And to be honest, as an 18-year-old developing through the system, coming onto the scene as a professional footballer, you'd certainly expect there to still have things to work on. So it's not a massive surprise really that Reis here is not the finished product. There's certainly work to do on his passing, and certainly work to do on his distribution there from the midfield, playing the ball in and around him, and really looking after the ball in the best possible way. And especially since he's coming to Barcelona, that's the really big thing here at Barcelona. That passing, that feeling on the ball, the technical ability, that's really, really important when you're playing in the Barcelona midfield. Even at Barcelona B level, he's going to have to there really work on his care with the ball at his feet. And certainly certainly there. I think that's what he's going to be looking to improve on. But ultimately, for just over €3 million, very cheap, like I say, in the modern market, nearly absolutely nothing really, given the modern standards, it looks like here we've snapped up a very promising young midfielder, somebody who's got good strengths, who's got good characteristics, but at the same time, there is work to do. We can't get on top of it. We can't really get on his shoulders here and start putting the pressure on him. The most important thing for him now, no doubt about it, is to come into Spain, develop there, understand the culture, sort of feel at home in the environment, to come into Barcelona B, and just really focusing on the development, focusing on improving his game in any way that he can. We can't heap pressure on him. I've seen articles already in the Spanish media saying, welcome to the new Sergio Busquets. Things like that are absolute nonsense. That's not what you want to be doing to any young player coming into Barcelona. Just let them adapt, let them sort of settle in here, give them some time. And the most important thing for him now, coming in at Barcelona B, he's been playing regular football there at Eredivisie level, week in, week out. The most important thing for him is to be playing. Get out on the pitch there, learn the Barcelona way, adapt to the players around you, sort of hone your game to really fine-tune it to suit the first team level, and just take everything in, take on as much information as you possibly can, and learn from those kind of experiences. And above all else here, something which I have to say, looking at Barcelona B players, certainly is no longer guaranteed. What he has to do is earn that move up to the first team. He's got to earn now his opportunity with the Barcelona first team. He's signed, of course, with a view to that, but at the same time, just like any of the B players around him, he's got to earn that place. He's got to earn those opportunities, which, like I say, in recent times, in recent years, under Valverde, under previous management as well, it has not been the way. We have not looked from within, even by signing somebody here and pushing them into the Barcelona B team. That's not always something that we've done at Barcelona, but either way, you've got to earn that chance. Hopefully, players like him, developing talents in Barcelona B, hopefully they'll get their chances in recent years to come. That's really, really important from us as a club. And here, at the end of the day, just over €3 million. At the end of all this, if he develops in the way that he can, in the way that certainly a lot of people believe that he should, he could be a very, very good bargain, much along the same lines here, I feel, as Jean-Claire Todibo. Somebody also brought in for a very low transfer fee, somebody there going into Barcelona B originally, trying to work their way up, trying to really get some experience. And then, of course, if they develop in the right way, at the end of all this, it could look, in the modern market where things are so high, transfer fees are astronomical, it could look like very, very good business. And eventually, a bit further down the line, could save the club a lot of money. And the reason that I do say that, guys, and the reason that I bring that to your attention is because just before we do finish in today's video, we are going to talk about the other Dutch international that we are going to be looking at, and a player who, no doubt about it, he's going to be coming in for way, way more money. Add a few zeros, add many, many zeros if it's got anything to do with Mino Raiola. We're going to be talking now about Matthijs de Ligt and the latest, really, on his potential transfer to Barcelona. Because the reality, according to Sport right now, they came out this morning with a big report. They listed a number of reasons, a number of things that are going on right now with de Ligt to Barcelona, and they say right now the future of de Ligt is still far away from the Camp Nou. Those are the words they used. They said it's still far away from the Camp Nou. They say that Ajax's excellent season, de Ligt being at the heart of that really has triggered an economic boost, really, right around their camp, with Raiola, with de Ligt himself, with other clubs really getting interested now and upping those offers. That has not affected Barcelona in the right way. Barcelona right now are still not willing to pay what de Ligt wants. They're not willing to pay what Raiola wants, and right now it's a bit of moneyball going on. They're trying to get the best possible price there for his client in Raiola and de Ligt. De Ligt wants the most money, of course, coming in his salary, but Barcelona right now, according to Sport, they're not budging. They're not willing to pay what Matthijs de Ligt wants because they feel it would really break their salary scale. We all know about Barcelona's wage bill. We all know right now it's a delicate situation. We're already spending far too much on wages, and apparently there, what de Ligt wants is still far from what Barcelona are willing to give. And according to Sport, the club will continue negotiating. They're going to try and grind him down. They're trying to, of course, say, look, you can come and play with Messi. You can come and play with Frankie de Jong. We can't offer you as much as, say, Manchester United. But in terms of a sporting value, in terms of Champions League football and domestic success, we can offer more. Bartomeu apparently is heavily involved himself in negotiations. But as of right now, it still hasn't gotten any closer. And this negotiation, this transfer saga, it continues to rage on. And so that there, guys, is the full update on our brand new signing. Not de Ligt as of right now, but Ludovit Reis is coming to the club, and he is certainly going to be one to watch in the near future for Barcelona B. It's going to be really interesting to see him, most likely in pre-season. I think we'll see a few games of him there with the first team, but then probably next season with Barcelona B and working his way up as time goes on. And of course with de Ligt, if I hear anything more, if anything happens at all, I will let you guys know. Thank you, as always, for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on on Reis? How do you see him settling in? What do you think of his profile coming into Barcelona? And of course, anything else, just let me know down below, guys. Thank you, as always, for your support. I will see you soon. But until then, as always, Visca el Barça.